our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas. And we have wonderful guests. And my wonderful guest today is Michelle Marie. And how are you?
Hi, Gail. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hanging in there, no matter what I'm get hit with. And like Jenny says, walking through the fire.
Yeah.
So anyway, the topic today that we're going to talk about, I'm going to read through this and then I'll give people kind of a framework for where we're going with today's show. Okay.
Great.
So here we go. So the title of our show today, if you didn't see it, is Soul Identity and the Power of Free Will Choice. Once we discover the truth of our identity as individualized spirit, our unique essence, we have the freedom and authority to self-govern in alignment with God's laws. We are benevolent beings, but we are strong and we take a powerful stand for truth. Our choices determine our level of evolution. Sometimes others who have not reached this stage may be intimidated or try to intimidate us because of our light that we shine. However, once we truly see the energy of what's going on, we can understand these energies and deal with them accordingly. We are mastering our personal life energy. We don't engage in drama. We recognize energy vampires. With our advanced perception, we can see the energy of manipulation or deception. We can feel the motives and intentions of beings with lower consciousness. Now it is the time to wield our free will choice to take a stand for ourselves. We can use loving communication in a firm way to protect ourselves. When we process our feelings, we can comprehend the light and read the energy of people and situations. We are in a new paradigm, and this takes practice. This discussion can help us hone our abilities and gain understanding of what's really going on. If there's a mismatch in vibrational frequencies, we can learn to communicate accordingly. So if we're communicating with someone of a lower vibration, we have to lower ours in order to you're saying no. Okay, let me throw this at you then. And then you can throw that out. If we have angelic beings that have come down to reside in this body, they had to lower their consciousness to do that. Yes or no?
Well, we have control of our own vibrational frequency. We as individual sovereign souls. And we are working in our ascension process to realize our fullest potential in vibrational frequency and to raise our vibration and stabilize it at the highest vibration. We want to make the highest vibration the baseline state of consciousness, the higher consciousness as our baseline that we are achieving. If we're interacting with lower vibrational beings, we can develop them with unconditional love, understanding, forgiveness, but we don't have to lower our vibration. We can know when to speak, when not to speak, how to manage energies and communication. And this is all the mastery that we can engage with those without lowering our vibration.
So it's not actually, you're not actually lowering your vibration to be at their level. What you're doing is adjusting um, in an attempt to be able to communicate, but coming from higher consciousness, not lower consciousness.
Yes, yes. And when that happens, you manage your energy field in such a way that you don't get the drama doesn't pull your energy. Like in energy vampires, they have ways to get your attention and to bring you down from a heart space intelligence to back to an ego based or 3D. I've noticed this happening before, actually, in communication, where people would communicate with me and try to lower my vibration and get into there's duality, at the mental, physical level. And if they get your goat, so to speak,
Yeah.
get you to engage at that level, then
Yeah.
they won and they lowered your vibrational frequency. But if you stand and you don't get emotionally triggered and you stay in that peace, then you keep your vibration high and you can manage from sort of a divine authority. Okay, you can stand in your divine authority and take a stand. And this is actually part of self-love too, setting boundaries, saying no to people that try to get your energy through drama or distraction or manipulation or deception. The ascension process is developing these soul powers where you manage energy and not get your energy sucked out or drawn down to lower vibrations. That's the mastery we're up to. And we're up against ourselves, really, and our old programming and our own old ways. So we're transforming our consciousness and we are changing ourselves, not the other person. We're changing ourselves and standing in our power. And it really is challenging. It really can be very challenging to learn these energy mastery skills. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for, ascension, and it takes effort on the part of the soul and on the part of, a conscious direction and intention to grow and expand spiritually and to gain these tools and processes, because it is a learning process. It really is a learning process, and it's a growing process.
Yeah, definitely. And catching yourself, and recognizing the programming, recognizing the triggers, so that you can protect yourself, or make sure you
Absolutely.
keep your vibration in. I mean, keep your peace. That's what it is.
Hold your peace. Exactly.
It disturbs your
You can
peace.
close your aura. You can set an intention to be protected. You can call on Archangel Michael to be protected. You can shine your light brightly and protect yourself with your own light. There's a lot of tools to learn to protect your energy field. And it really is, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of practice and experience to maintain that and get that higher consciousness and hold that vibrational frequency. I think that's what, a lot of people in the leading edge of consciousness and this ascension are doing right now. You get grounded in your center, in the kingdom of the soul, basically, as a spiritual being. And we're going to talk about identity, actually, because
That's right.
identity is really part of it. And so actually with that, if you don't have any other questions, or if I haven't clarified it enough, let me know. And if not, I'll move on to a little thing I'm going to read. But do you have any other questions? Did that answer?
Oh yeah, it did. I see. I think we are, and we're being tested too. I think things are put before us that we have to deal with and master our energy, and deal with it accordingly. and just keep working on it. Practice makes perfect, but you're not going to get it right the first few times when you first recognize what's going on, and then you try to adjust yourself to it. I mean, you'll probably do great sometimes, and then other times you might step backwards, that kind of thing. But then you step forward again, and you just stay in the game. And you
Exactly. You just never give up. The
Exactly.
whole secret to success is just never give up.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody said hello from
Dublin, Ireland.
Hi.
Hi. I have a little of that Irish in me.
I have a lot. I actually have quite a bit.
Oh, really? Yeah, I have about a quarter, I think, something like that.
I was going to use other glasses, but I'll do that next time. Okay, so the first thing I was going to just part to read is in Forever Free, there's 7 different parts, and the part 5 is about a sovereign soul has self-control. And I'm just going to read, and we can discuss the very first part of it.
Okay, sounds interesting.
It feels so great to be free. And that's the thing. We have to claim our freedom as a soul. There's a sense of lightness and joy and peace. All is well with the world. When we realize who we truly are, a soul born of spirit, we stand in our power of truth of identity. Our inner knowing of self, our holy divine self, brings us the power and authority to self-govern. We are not controlled or oppressed by others. We do not allow despotism, tyranny, or an imposition or influence against our will. We know we have free will choice. We know our sovereignty comes from the fact that we govern ourselves according to universal law. The laws of nature are integral offshoots of universal law. Our eternal nature resonates with the essence of nature, and we feel harmonious as we follow these laws. The truth is written in our hearts. We remain loyal to the truth. We are honest and authentic. We feel our heart resonance and adhere to our heart intelligence. This is integrity. We have come to communicate from the heart intelligence that we have developed. Our honesty and authenticity maintains our freedom. It also amplifies our light of truth within. Our inner strength keeps growing. We feel the strength inside. It gives us a sense of power. So the first part is, our identity is shifting each of us individually, and the collective consciousness, we're becoming more intelligent. We have a higher consciousness based on heart and soul intelligence. And I can see people changing. Everybody's changing, also having challenges which are catalysts for this ascension and this change.
Yeah. So how people's identity sometimes are caught up in what they do, what their career is, what their, that type of thing. And I guess a way someone would like that might be tested is when that's taken away from them.
Well, that actually happens in a lot of dark nights of the soul, where you're in this ascension process, and suddenly you lose your job, you break up, you lose your house, and your sense of identity is gone. But then the good thing is that catapults you as a catalyst to realize who you really are. And I actually went through that.
I have to.
Yeah, and I think most of us have, or
more than one time. I guess it takes me a couple of times to learn a lesson. I don't know.
But with that said, I do want to mention that of my body of work, I have written 48 stories for Awakened Awareness. And one of the ones I'd like to share, and I did upload it just for our session today. I'm going to take it back down because these are books that have not been published yet. But I'm sharing some samples, and I'm sharing some things that relate to, what we're talking about. And they're sort of fun and whimsical the way I wrote them. But they also, reach people at the soul level because of the the truth that's in them.
Yeah,
So,
truth just resonates with your soul.
yeah. So do you want to put up, or do you
Mhm.
want me to share my screen to show
Is it?
a case of mistaken identity?
I tell you what, I think I'll just show it. I think it's easier that way.
Yeah, okay, great.
I don't know, maybe it's not, but I'll do
No,
it.
it's easier for me.
I brought it up for that purpose already. So,
Good.
okay, hang on while I get it.
You're better at this than me anyway.
No, I'm not. All right, let me make this bigger. Where do I make it bigger? Come on, let me make it bigger. It won't let me make it bigger. I don't know why. Here we go.
Maybe when you
A
started it
Case of
will. Yeah, there
Mistaken
you go.
Identity by Michelle Marie Angel.
There we go.
A story of true self-discovery. I took a closer look at who I think I am. I found sitting in front of me an image, a sham. I identified myself with things on my outside, like roles I played and stuff I had. Why did my true self hide? I changed the direction of my attention from outside to in. I let go of false thinking to sense my soul within. With a deeper perception, inner wisdom spoke a lot. I looked at who I thought I was and found what I am not. I am not my work title. It's a thing I do for a living. It doesn't contain who I am or all the love I'm giving. I am not my car, and of those I've had a few. None reflect my whole essence, nor my true value. My self-worth is not dependent on material possessions. It grows when I apply the wisdom from my life's lessons. I'm not merely a mother, a father, a sister, or brother. I play on life's stage as a universal kind of lover. I am not my body, the temporary casing for my soul. Being the light that is eternal is my highest goal. Because I am not identified with my body of physical matter, I see the world is made of light. All illusions now are shattered. My inner senses are illumined with wisdom that is bright. I realize I am a child of God, and I shine my inner light. I've realized that the old role identities don't endure. I always look to my soul for love and truth that's pure. As I look deep into my heart, I truly sense my soul. I find my true essence, unique, diamond-like, whole. It really isn't hard at all. It doesn't cost a thing. I just get still and quiet, then hear my spirit sing. I feel my inner passion about the things of which I care. I have a blend of divine qualities and special gifts to share. I sense my authentic truth and stand for what is right. I feel my inner strength grow. I really feel my might. At once I am strong, but innocent and vulnerable too. I deeply experience my feelings. They are my greatest clue. Embracing my feelings leads me home to my source. By riding them to the end, they are my victory horse. Universal intelligence beats my heart without my trying. It speaks to me when I listen. Joy follows all of my crying. With gratitude and trust, I attune to God, my source. I am free to just be myself, no matter what life's course. They say that you can tell a tree by its fruit. I look to see what benefit to life that I produce. With attention placed on my inner self, I know why I am here. I trust in who I truly am. My purpose is more clear. I live to express my virtues and talents I've developed. I feel total fulfillment with love and wisdom I've enveloped. Following my passion inspires joy in me to rise. I am that awareness. With conscious direction, I am wise. I realize my true self, and I sense my worth is great. I treasure my unique essence and every virtuous trait. Who I am is beautiful, and nobody can take it away. Generously sharing gifts from God, I joyfully shine my ray. I see that my relationships and experiences where I express are all opportunities to give of myself exactly what is best. I know myself as love and peace. I shine my inner glow. By discovering my real self, its true happiness I know. Death cannot touch me. Fear has lost its grip. The outer me has dissolved into my inner blissful trip. I know I am eternal love, and I find happiness in me. Inside my heart, I am home. I am now forever free. The end is only the beginning when you open your heart.
Okay. There's a lot of truth there, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's a process of transformation, that we are at this time in human history, we are having the challenges as catalysts that, help us to crack that shell of ego or identity with physical, material, 3D world and expanding us into the 5D spiritual, inner, centered in the inner world rather than being victims, thinking that the outer world is happening to us. When we go into our inner world, we know that we are creating our reality from that place inside. And that's the shift. It's the identity shift to soul and the role of changing from victim to creator.
That makes so much sense. And that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
We have been down, but now we have been found.
Wow, that sounds really familiar.
Come from, yeah. Anyway, it's definitely a challenge right now for everybody. All the things that's happening.
Oh yeah. I
And
accept the challenges. I'm right there. I still feel like a warrior, and you get them like, boom, 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 all in a row, they come all at once, and you're like, I've got this.
got this. Yeah.
Oh, poo the outer reality. What really matters is what's in here. And I feel great in here. And I just keep going back there to my home and,
Because if you're not in your heart, you're not in the game.
right.
And this is the game of life for humanity right now.
Yeah.
What we do, what we say, how we act, every bit of it matters.
And when we don't lean onto our own understanding, we just keep going back to source and ask questions. And we go back to that inner center where we're connected to the all in our oneness of spirit and ask for help and ask for guidance and ask for whatever we want, because we can call in divine intervention and they won't interfere because of our free will choice. That's the thing about free will choice. Yes, we can choose, but we can also call in divine intervention. That's part of our free will choice. I choose to have divine intervention. I ask for help. I give permission for you to help me, and I'm open to receiving that help.
Let's choose that right now for everyone listening, if they would agree, and that's intention as well.
That's a great shared intention, Gail. I'm glad you brought that up, because shared intentions and group consciousness make powerful morphogenic fields. An intention creates a vortex. It's like a magnet, and it brings everybody together with that same intention, and it does manifest reality. I mean, that's the physics of consciousness. We're having these consciousness technologies, and we're like a kid in a candy store. Wow, I can do this. Wow, I can do that. Wow, look what we can do together.
Yeah, wait till we all get together and we start manifesting as a whole, as a oh my goodness, we will be so powerful. And everybody says that your assignment is to work on yourself.
Absolutely. Self-love is a very important part of the equation. But I've been doing a lot of manifesting groups lately. I'm actually going to, there's a metaphysical store downtown Sarasota, and I'm going to be teaching. This actually just came up a couple days ago, and I just put it on my website on the events page yesterday, I think.
This has got to be a thing going on in the spiritual community, especially because a good friend of mine's also doing a manifestation class now. So people are really, they're starting to realize that they have that power. They just need more information on how do I do that.
Exactly. I did a week ago today. I was at a mystic fair in Naples, Florida, and I did a talk about manifesting, and it went really, really well because I just spoke from my heart and talked about how I realized how I was manifesting unconsciously and then started doing it consciously, and how I made that shift, from unconscious creating or manifesting to conscious creating and manifesting. And, I changed how I thought. I changed from victim consciousness to conscious creator. And now I'm just practicing. But I have done the power of group consciousness for over 20 years. And I have a process, a specific process. And we talked about it before, but it uses a gratitude sandwich. And I won't go into the details now because that's not the topic today, but it is a great topic, and it's one that's up.
To do that next time, maybe a gratitude sandwich. What are you talking about? But, out of everybody, all of us, myself included, of course, we all have fallen victim of the programming of victim consciousness. We feel like we're a victim instead of being, like you were saying, a conscious creator. Those are masterful words right there, because that is what is needed. And
that's our transformation right now. Individually and collectively, we are coming out of victim consciousness, mastering how we all have, there was something I was going to read about that, actually, about life energy and how we can direct it. Let me see which one that's in. But that's what we are up to in terms of our spiritual growth. We're really, really getting that. Let me see which one it was. Oh, okay, here it is. Can I read this little thing? Okay. This is from It Is a New World After All, Poetry and Prose to Inspire a New World Vision. This really helps to shift consciousness. It really is. Anyway, so there was a section. I'll just read the first quote, poem. Its section is presence. This book has 44 sections. Each section has a word, a quote, a poem, and an essay. So I'm just going to read. The word is presence. The quote is, commune with God to attune to his will and his peaceful presence. This is being one with source. Once anchored in, the peaceful presence of God brings healing and full universal awareness, including being a conscious creator. Be present in the eternal moment of now, and as inner peace expresses outwardly, we establish our peaceful heaven on earth. And so the essay part, I'm just going to read a very beginning. It's called The Precious Moment. We experience the flow of life as we exist in each moment of now.
Hold it.
Oh, were we off?
I don't know what happened. Start. If you're gonna have to start over, okay? I don't know I don't know.
Okay. All right. Sure. This is the precious moment from It Is a New World After All, just the beginning. We experience the flow of life as we exist in each moment of now. Every moment is a gift, a valuable gift of life. As we recognize the gifts in each moment, we realize how precious life is. Both our gratitude and awareness expand. We gain the highest value out of life when we are fully present with our attention on each person, place, or aspect within each moment. As we tune in, we sense the flow of love. We have the gift of abundant life energy from God, our source, and the opportunity to direct it according to our free will. So imagine that you're just like a fire hose of energy, and you can direct that fire hose of energy anywhere, and your attention creates your reality. So if you think about, if you put your attention on the outside, and whatever you put your attention on or buy into, you're creating more of it. But when you go to the inside, into the laboratory, and you're focusing on an image or a vision that you created out of a conscious intention, that's how we create reality. So we are shifting. So what's on the outside, what's out in the world, has already been created. We can observe it and create more of it, and we can go inside, create an image. We put our observational attention on that, and we create that with the image plus the feeling. And that's how we're coming into mastery, by realizing that we have this life energy, and you can think of it as a fire hydrant, and the water's coming out, and we can use it wherever we want. That life energy that's coming out, we can use it to consciously create reality using our willpower, our choices of where we place our attention, and with the faith and understanding how the consciousness technologies work. How does it work to be a conscious creator? And we talked about that on a previous show, and we can talk about it again. But basically, you're collapsing.
Is important for everybody. That's what they use all the time. So we could use our own repetition here.
Exactly.
And
so
it's a good thing to hear it more than once.
Set the intention, and then you have the image from the intention. Then you put the feeling into it. Then you surrender and let go. That's the three main points to collapsing the wave function. That's the three main points. And I have a success stories video on YouTube, Smell Soul Power.
Okay, do those 3 points one more time.
Pardon me?
Do the 3 points one more time.
The 3 points are: 1, based on conscious intention, you create an image. Okay. And basically, the more you go into it and engage your senses, you're in it, you're living it, you're seeing it, you're feeling it. You step into that image and you're living it. And then you create the feeling and the sensual essence of it. And your vibrational frequency goes in, emotion. I have an emotion evokes. And then you release it, let it go, surrender. You let it go out into the universe. And so in that oneness, in the cosmic energy, everything returns. Everything that you send out returns. We're transmitters and we're receivers. So it will return.
Who would have ever guessed that? That's really true. I mean, we are transmitters and receivers. And that's our DNA is that. I mean, it's kind of amazing.
Yep. So
we
and learn to create. Let's see. There's one.
What about, we were talking, I wanted to see the one about soul choice.
Yeah, I was just going to say that too. We're on the same page.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good.
Literally. No, but the power of choice and making choices, like when you realize your choices are powerful and you're putting your life energy into those choices, and you have your willpower, which is intention, that's really powerful.
So just think about how different things would have been if all of us were taught that from a very young age.
Well, that's what we're heading into. That's why I'm creating new curriculum. I am actually creating curriculum so that people are taught this at a young age. And I'm starting with the youth. The teenagers are going to be our spiritual teachers, and it's going to be for all generations. I'm on it, Gail. I'm trying my hardest.
Well, you're in the field of education, so that's your wheelhouse. Right. And keep it going, because it's great. I see great work coming forth because you already have a history of that. So let's read Soul Choice then.
Okay.
Now, how about if I'll read it, I'll start it, and then you read the next one, and back and forth like that. And talk in between if there's something relevant we want to bring up. Okay.
Absolutely.
And the listeners out there, feel free to think about this and make some comments, and we'll cover that after we get through the reading. If you are watching and want to participate, okay?
These things
Okay.
make good discussions.
Yes. This the name of this poem is called Soul Choice. Okay. There's no lack of participation, no apathy, no quitting. There's no lukewarm attitude. There's no fence sitting.
About that, I do want to say, I've noticed that nowadays people might try to be out of integrity, but somehow they're getting exposed and they're showing their true colors. Do you notice that?
Oh my goodness, yes, big time. That's happening big time.
Yeah.
And more people are being forced to take a stand. Either you're for good or you're for bad.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think this is very pertinent right now. Okay.
Yes.
Every life has experience where choices must be made. Within relationships and circumstances, the hand of life is played.
Our experiences are our lessons. Soul tests are behind these decisions where inner energies play. The inner life has developed more or less in this way.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. Processing our experiences, like making sense of it and then making decisions based on what we've learned.
Soul test, yeah.
Yeah. We've come upon a precipice where cycles and cycles end, a last chance for repentance, a time to heal and mend. And this is a change of cycles.
Yes, it is. It is.
We're breaking.
And people, when you talk about a chance for, I think part of that is the ability to forgive yourself and move on.
Absolutely.
And others that, you may feel have wronged you or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a few things in my life that I consider unforgivable, but I'm not going to go into any of that. So let's move on to the next one. It's my turn. Okay. Picking up the puzzle pieces combined to make one whole. Consciousness as DNA ignites, truth activates the soul. See, that's what's happening. The truth frequency is going up.
Yeah.
And it's affecting people.
And as we express the light, we get more light. The truth is light. As we express it and share it, we get more light. As we stand in our integrity and we're honest, we get more light. And we are being illumined and enlightened. And it's exciting.
It is. Wow, I never thought of it that way, Michelle. That's awesome. That's true. I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Is truth more important or financial gain? A choice point in life may reveal evolution gained. And see, a lot of people are being exposed if they are greedy and they choose to make a choice based on what money they're going to get instead of doing the right thing. And,
and they don't care who they hurt in the process either.
Well, there's different people. Some people have lost their jobs to stand for the truth. It's like a sorting out of rules.
Yeah.
Some people are taking a stand. Some people have gone the other way. That's what I meant in the beginning. There's no fence sitting. You're choosing to do the right thing and be good and stand for truth, or you're choosing the other way and you haven't reached that level of evolution. You're still service to self.
Yes. That's good. Okay. Are you building an empire or an exclusive club for some? Or are you cooperating with others to get something positive done?
Are you serving God through truth and love expressed, or perhaps seeking monetary gain characterizes you best?
Are you obliged to follow directives, or will you truly do what's right? Will you find your power within and feel courage in your own light? Boy, does that play out right now during that program we just went through in the last few years. And it still is happening. I
know.
mean, it's unbelievable.
I mean, this is so timely. I wrote this way before this thing happened.
I know, this is amazing. Yeah.
Isn't
But
that
boy, does it fit.
It really fits right now because wow. I mean, people were sorted out. They, if they got told, well, you have to do this, in terms of our policy or your employment or whatever, you can do the wrong thing and keep your job, or you can lose your job. And,
Yeah.
that's a big choice because,
So-
it threatens your financial security and.
But your body is your temple. And that has been
Absolutely.
told us so many times. And
Yeah.
we have to protect our temple because it's divine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see, where did we leave off? Oh, that's right?
Yes.
A thorough heart checkup with an honest evaluation, then a dedication and surrender to God will remedy the situation. People are finding that out too.
Yeah. 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 With a renewed, pure heart and pure intention that is clear, each soul choice is mastered. We help to create heaven here.
And that's exactly what we want to do. And that's why manifestation classes and so on is so important. So people start focusing on what we want instead of focusing on what they're putting in front of our face constantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're creating from our hearts and souls desires from that most inner space. And we're doing it with intention and with faith and with willpower.
And integrity and walking through the fire and letting it burn all around us. But
Absolutely.
we're still
That's the purification. Absolutely. Yes, yes.
okay. Hold compassion for each wayward soul. Ignorance is their exemption. Say a prayer to light their way. Have faith in their redemption.
Yep. We wake up at different times. When you think of a family, there's older children and younger children. And the older children, we don't we don't criticize the baby that's still wearing diapers. We think, oh, they'll grow out of it in their perfect time, and oh, well, we don't criticize someone because they haven't learned to walk yet. They're going to learn to walk. And so the same thing with this ascension process. I saw a meme the other day and it was really heartfelt. It really touched my heart. And it said something to the effect of, to all you people that have been awake for decades and have felt lonely and sad and out of place, just sending love and just saying, sorry we were late, but we're here now. We're with you. And just think of all the people that have awakened in the last 2 to 5 years. Massive amounts of people have awakened and joined the pioneers who have been presenting the information. And it was so heartfelt. The meme, it was like, we're here now, we're with you. And so that means, the number of awakened people has grown, exponentially in the last few years. And I feel it and I'm grateful. And thank you for whoever.
Especially this last year, even more. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Power lies in the wisest choice to change yourself alone. Deep inside lies absolute truth, where Father God is known.
Receptive, open-hearted souls receive revelatory impressions. Bringing this truth to life is Holy Spirit expression.
Attunement creates clear connection for divine guidance to come through. Listen closely. Deep inside, your soul knows what to do. That's the end.
That's really nice. That's really good. It's so timely. It's just amazing how timely it is.
And also just getting the reminder, we all need reminders. And before we get all full of anxiety and our mind gets all confused, just stop and go into that peace, because your soul does know what to do. It's connected to the all of spirit, the all that is, the whole unified field. And so just stopping, getting centered, Your soul knows what to do. Go for the guidance, go for the help, go for that
I think
awareness.
the biggest challenge for people to do that is to be able to get quiet so it can happen.
Nature helps, I think.
Helps tremendously.
Yeah. Getting that essence of nature. It's like our own essence, our own nature.
It's been absolutely heartbreaking for me here because it's almost too far to the hiking places that I used to go. So I'm thinking about walking there anyway.
Yeah, it's really essential. It's really critical. It's also part of self-love to give yourself that peace and love from within, and you take a little respite, really. And yes,
one of my outlets here was an ability to go and hike, and when my transportation got interfered with, I haven't been able. It's just a little bit too far,
Yeah. Well, we can find our source in solitude. And again, your home is where the heart is, and it's always wherever you are. And so you can even go to a restroom and close the door and say, please help me. And then your life will shift. It can be just as fast as a couple seconds of please help me. And, we all do have help available, but we need to remember, we need to remind each other. And I think it's really, we have compassion because we're all going through something. And then
we need to ask too.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that's a hard part. Sometimes people don't, because I'm saying that because I've done it myself, where you got something bothering you, something's wrong, but you don't ask for help when you really need it. I'm not like that anymore. I ask for help every day now.
That's good. I'm constantly asking for help and for assistance and divine intervention. Once you know it's available, it's like, a non-exhaustive bank account of higher vibrational energy, that it's totally infinite and free at the level of energy and peace. It is free, it is infinite. And it's like, why wouldn't you go back to that fountain of youth, that fountain of wisdom, that peace that passeth all understanding? It's there, it's available to everyone all the time. Get it.
Definitely. You know what? I want to read this next poem that you have. Oh my goodness, it's a long one too, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
but it's good. It's really good.
It is long, but it's very poignant. It just reminds people how powerful and just different things about free will choice. Is that the one you're going to read?
The law of choice.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
All right, let's go. Okay. Free will choice is universal law. In a way, there is no wrong answer. Every choice serves a purpose. Every choice is individual. We cannot make choices for others. We can guide, we can love unconditionally, but we cannot make choices for others. Free will choice is universal law. The pure of heart sees others as self, loves others, chooses love. The young soul learning about love sees others as separate, blames, judges, scorns, harms, manipulates, does not choose love. Free will choice is universal law. Nature restores balance, returns energy, lessons learned, choice is redefined, realization deepens, awareness expands, wisdom blossoms, identity shifts. Each choice serves a purpose. Purpose is supreme, no judgment, only lessons. Free will choice is universal law. Choice on impulse, choice with deep reflection, accountable, responsible, all the same. Gift of life energy, choice of use, choice of attention, choice of knowledge, choice of influence, choice of autonomy, choice of empowerment. Free will choice is universal law. Conscious choice, value of choice, care of choice, apathy, choice of gloom, choice of sadness, choice of death, choice of life, heart choice, mind choice, body choice, soul choice. Free will choice is universal law. Abide by this law, become real, become the silent power, express the truth, feel the choice of truth, express the choice of love, observe the choice of reflection, surrender to the choice of humility, accept the choice of acceptance, release with the choice of forgiveness, gift the choice of understanding, allow the choice of compassion, choose to receive with gratitude, choose to create with joy, choose your own vision. Free will choice is universal law.
It's always a good
That's it.
reminder.
The end. Yes, all those choices. You don't even think, what choices do I have? Well, we just went through a list of a whole bunch of choices, didn't we? Okay. Well, I think wasn't there another?
Yes, there's a story for awakened awareness, and it's interesting because a choice point is like when life presents an circumstance or experience, and it's almost like a soul test or a soul evaluation. And so, one of the 48 stories for awakened awareness that I wrote is called Choice Point. And if you want to play that, I did record it, and I did actually put it up on Rumble just for you for today.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And that's just for all of you out there.
Yes, everybody listening.
Everyone listening and who will be listening later on. A lot of times you can't catch the live. At least I can't. There's a lot of them I'd like to catch live, but I don't. So, but it's nice that replays are available.
Yeah. And the thing is,
So,
whenever you listen to it, it's sort of like catching up to a line, that's going together. You're going into this morphogenic field, and in the 0 point, everything's in the now. So no matter if you're in the live or if you're watching it later, it's still in the now. There's that eternal moment of now that, we can start to realize in our ascension, because everything is truly in the now. When you bring a memory into your mind, it's now in the now. If you project the future in your mind, it's now in the now. You know what I mean?
oh, wow. Okay. I never thought of it that way.
Parallel realities and different dimensions, it's all in the eternal moment of now, the absolute. It's sort of hard to wrap your mind around when you're used to a linear cosmology of consciousness. But in the 0 point, we're in non-local, non-linear, where we basically transcend the time and space. But everything's in the eternal moment of now. And that's where our empowerment also lies. Anyway, just wanted to throw that in.
Wow. Okay. Well, let me get to that video. Choice point. Share. And let me make it bigger. I think I have to start it to get it bigger.
I think so too, yeah.
Choice Point by Michelle Marie Angel. Opportunities in life to do the right thing. A choice point is a decision that evaluates our being. It shows our true character that God is seeing. Situations occur in our life when we must decide what to do. We demonstrate our values and the ideals we live up to. Many times we are not aware of the significance of our election, but unbeknownst to us, we are choosing our soul's direction. These are normal situations in which we don't think much of, but there is certain accountability if we don't come from love. We demonstrate whether we relish money and material things, or if we treasure God above all and eternal love He brings. It may be obvious, like if we trick someone to get their money, we may get what we want, but the consequences are not funny. Or it may be more subtle, like whether we share or not. If we do decide to share, then everyone gains a lot. We may have a chance to take advantage of one who's naive, but woe to the soul who even attempts to deceive. Sometimes our transgression is against our own desire. when we fail to discern motives of the faker and the liar. As we realize and use the power of our individual choice, our inner strength and courage grow and our souls rejoice. We can't avoid making a choice by sitting on the fence. We must know and stand for truth or face the consequence. To hear the truth, our soul cries out, "Peace, be still." For each choice begins within, using the power of our will. We can choose the same old tapes that run in our mind, or we can choose new creative expression of a different kind. We can choose what goes into our minds from the outside. Good people, good books, and good news are all from the lighter side. We can choose our own values and reveal them with no shroud. When others try to overlay their values on us, we can say no right out loud. We are not obligated by those with work or family ties to remain engaging in life with them against our heart cries. According to the words of Jesus, all of God's children are family. There is no blood that binds one to another, only love brings unity. We can say no to what doesn't fit or doesn't suit our needs. We don't have to be manipulated when another one pleads. We can say no with compassion or make a heartfelt compromise. We can blend our will with others for harmony that is wise. Or if we want to go for it and really splurge, we can surrender to God's will and see our true self emerge. Once we fuse our will with God to create divine intentions, even nature seems to conform to the blessings that we mention. We can choose to forgive and give others some growing space. We can also forgive ourselves and petition for God's grace. We can choose to cast aside judgments and drop the stony voice. We can let go of destructive criticism and make understanding our choice. We can check our motives for selfishness or greed. We can consider other people's feelings and needs. By choosing to love and live in harmony with our Mother Earth, we live in peace with nature and cherish its great worth. We may choose weakness as fear causes truth to hide, or we can choose the kingdom of heaven where only true love abides. We can base our desires on material things that don't endure, or we can be our brother's keeper and our love becomes more pure. If we take a higher perspective, we may select eternal treasure, rather than forfeiting true happiness for a short-term pleasure. We claim true freedom when we use the power of free will. As we choose truth and unity, it's peace on earth that we instill. The end is only the beginning when you open your heart. For more inspiration, go to Smile at Spiritual Miracles Intentional Living Education, www.smileforlove.com. God bless you. Choice Point by Michelle Marie.
Okay, stop sharing. That's what I meant to do. I hit the wrong button. Okay, that was good. Definitely very good.
Yeah. You know, the thing that's been coming up, I didn't even think of it this way, but the no fence sitting thing and how things right now are, you know, there's no fence sitting.
It's pretty black or white.
Yeah. And the other thing is the, you know, you can choose to deceive for money, but there's a bad consequence. And the thing that really, souls went through a test during the pandemic operation. And so souls were put in different positions to make a choice. I mean, look at how many people had to make choices based on, I'm going to do what I'm told and follow a directive, or I'm going to do what's right according to my soul. I mean, if that wasn't the biggest spiritual test in the whole wide world, and those that think that they can mess with people with impunity and never get caught, well, maybe man's laws can be distorted, but God's laws are never distorted. You know, God's laws are exact. They're mathematical. The universe is mathematical, and there's an equation. And you cannot, you
That's
know,
absolutely.
you cannot exit, you know, the realm of God's law. And so what's coming up, and I've been seeing information, videos, articles, and so forth, where those who have made choices to deceive others and have caused destructive or harmful consequences for others are being brought into the light. And there's responsibility and there's accountability. And that's a huge phase that we're in right now, right?
Boy, are we seeing that. Yeah, that is definitely the case. People are being exposed for things that they probably never thought they would be, because it's not the first time that they've deceived the public.
Yeah, after getting away with it for a long time, then you just think that, oh, well, I've got this, you know, and become arrogant and prideful. And they say pride, you know, goeth before the fall. But you just think that some of them think that, well, I've always gotten away with it. I'm never going to get caught. And now
I don't even think they think about getting caught.
I don't think so
I mean,
either. I don't think so
that's
either.
how bad it is. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
we're doing what we want to do, and that's just tough if you don't like it.
Well, you know, ignorant souls
You-
have to grow up, and you can grow up, and you can be forgiven, and you can, you know, you can change and say, I choose, instead of being destructive, I choose to be constructive. Instead of doing harmful, I choose to be helpful. You can just change your mind just like that and face the light and say, I accept responsibility. I did make a mistake. I am sorry. I'm changing directions. Now I'm here to help. I'm sorry. You know, I can be a whistleblower. I can, you know, flip. You know, a lot of people are flipping right now because they
right.
realize the powers with the light and the truth.
And the people that feel that they have made a mistake by, you know, what they did, everything can be fixed, I
Right.
believe.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
And you should take every measure possible through research and self responsibility and accountability to find out what that is. I try to, you know, bring people on that help with those kinds of things as
well, they
much as
have to
possible.
realize, they have to get to that point where they realize that they need help. Some people don't have are at the point where they realize they need help, or that they've made a decision that was harmful, or
Like the ego will stand in the way of
yeah,
saying that I made a mistake.
absolutely. I couldn't have been wrong. But
It's just not possible. But that's what they, yeah. Oh my
yeah,
God. But my doctor said so. No.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
So,
unfortunately.
you know, I'm glad that we can laugh though, you know, because truly from the highest level, life is eternal. We are waking up. We're transforming the consciousness of humanity. We're raising consciousness. We are, our intelligence is expanding and deeper and widening. And, you know, we have that unity and loving cooperation. I just see so much good coming into the world, and how we're each discovering our gifts and living our passion and chipping in to see what we can do to help. I love that. I know it.
And more people are, yes, and more people are doing little videos about their and what they have discovered and things like that. And those are the kind of people to pay attention to, because they're not bought and paid for by the big pharma or whoever, or, you know, whoever the deal
Yeah,
is.
yeah. And
So
whether
that's,
it's in that realm or not, whatever realm it's in, you know, our hearts, you know, if we are in service to self and not service to others, that becomes evident, you know, in small choices and in big choices, you know. So the choice can be, you know, small, large, medium, anything in between. But it's that vigilance that we're at now, where we're like, oh, that was the old way of being. You know, that's an old program that I'm dissolving. I'm in the new, my mind is free, my soul is free. I'm living at the highest vibrational intelligence, in the light, in the love, and switching that identity with intention is good too. Like, I am light, I am love, you know, I am, you know, soul, I am spirit, I am one with the truth.
Yeah, those were good ones.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Did we have anything else that we wanted to cover?
I don't think so. I think that, you know, I think that each person is on their journey, though, and I think wherever anybody is at is perfect, and just chipping away or making a change and really realizing that, so we know this stuff, we're learning this stuff, but we're not just suddenly perfect just because we know it. You know what I mean? We still make,
Exactly.
you know,
It requires action. It requires action no matter what it is. It's just like, who was it? Dr. Rima. She said, well, we could be the best informed people ever on the train on the way to the death camps, you know. In other words, it's more than just knowing it. You have to incorporate it into your life. There has to be action.
well, I find, you know, I get centered in meditation every day, and I take inspired action, and I've been quite an activist, but I think that there's quite a balance right now, because if we're going to be conscious creators, we have to spend significant time in being centered, being in silence, being in solitude, being in stillness, and getting that attunement, and getting that energy, you know, being really connected to source, so that we are inspired and that we can keep our vibration high, and so that we do ask for help, and that we're in that place of unity and oneness and enlightenment. So just being is powerful. Visioning is powerful. Setting intentions is powerful. You know, caring and praying for others, that's inner work. You know, there's interaction as well that's extremely powerful. And being conscious creators, if I'm sitting here feeling compassion for somebody, and I want to improve their life and their world, I can imagine myself sending love, praying for peace for them, praying for them, getting a higher vision for them. There's a thing called vision lifting that I'm doing with intention and prayers and visions. So imagination is extremely powerful. Intention plus imagination is us being creators. So there's a silent power in interaction having to do with prayers and visioning. And, you know, like when your heart goes out to someone, you know that saying, my heart goes out to someone.
Yes, yes.
I know someone today that had mentioned something to me, and later that day, I just sat and did a heartfelt prayer, and just doing an energy thing was, it wasn't an outer action. It was sort of an inner action and energy work, if you know what I mean. That's what prayer is. So.
Awesome. Well, that's we want people to feel powerful, and we want them to be doing the kinds of things that will help them to realize that and experience that power within, because that's where it all starts. It's inside of us.
Yeah.
And
anyway, can I
anyway,
just say one more thing? These truth messages that have come through me as I've done my attunement is part of my purpose, and it really releases sound frequencies. You know, words carry frequencies.
yes, I do.
Them out loud, that's sound frequencies. And just like you might go and listen to singing bowls or something for sound frequency healing, these words carry sound frequency healing. And if you just open your heart and let the energy come through, you can receive a consciousness upgrade. And that's very valuable. It's almost like by me going within and then writing these words, it's giving you like an olive branch to come right up and meet me at that higher vibrational frequency through these words that came through that state of consciousness. It literally lifts your consciousness. And repetition on this type of thing, words, not just sound, but sound is really good too, peaceful music and so forth. Being in that energy is really good and really healing and really beneficial to your soul and to how you feel inside. And we really do want to feel that peace, and we really do want to feel good, happy, joyful, light, and free.
Definitely. We got lots to look forward to.
Yes, we do.
And
thank you so much, Gail.
That being said, thank you as well. Thank you for your wonderful work. And please, everyone, look in the description, and if you can support the programs and support Michelle's programs or support my program so we can get it out there, please do so. We could use a little help if you can. And if not, that's okay.
How about you tell me, don't you have a new Give, Send, Go? Can you tell me about that?
Oh, yes. That was basically put together by a friend of mine who is a light worker who is trying to help, because I have no transportation here. And it's very difficult for my son. And I have that, and I have that information is in the description. If you would please take a look at it, I would greatly appreciate it.
Do you have a title for it? Because usually they have a title.
A title. I can't think of a title right now.
Okay. It's part of the Give, Send, Go.
It's something about help a light worker.
Okay.
Something,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Linda put it together, and that's what she.
Okay. Because I did start 2 Give, Send, Go accounts. One is specifically to get my Rock My World teen leadership program. It's a train the trainer program for teens that are sensitive and spiritual to help them along their path. And the other one is for to further my books and my authorship and marketing and stuff like that. So I think it's good to look at those Give, Send, Goes and
right. And I think as long as we're on that subject right now, I think you should let people know about all this work. And you've heard different parts of her book. How much was your last royalty that you got on your book, Michelle?
It was $3 for 3 months. I don't know if I'm not selling books or if they're not being reported, but so far, with my online royalty through the publisher thing with Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and Balboa Press, it's been under $25 since in a year that I've written the books.
That's just wrong. They take it all. That's the whole wrong. That's the problem with the system. That's greed. And you put in all the work. It's not that they don't have a role, but the percentage is absolutely outrageous. But anyway, all of that is changing.
It's all changing. And I know that, sometimes it takes time to build momentum and so forth. And I mean, my primary goal is to help raise consciousness. It would be helpful.
That's what I
supported, and you too. If we're supported, we can pay rent, buy food, get the basics. That's helpful. We're not doing it to be, multi-billion.
I'm not doing it. Yeah. I'm not doing it to make buco bucks or anything like that. It's not even close anyway. I think they're supposed to pay you something on Rumble. I think it's 6 months. I made maybe $25 at the most or something like that. And probably not even that much. What happens, you have to, in order on, online type stuff, you have to have a huge listening audience, because there's only one out of how many people that will actually do something to help. And but this is people's opportunity to help serve the light.
I also want to say there's a lot of humanitarians who are also doing their work, who also need money. It's sort of a universal thing happening right now.
Isn't that funny?
And there is going to be a transfer of wealth, and we are all going to receive what we need, an abundance of material prosperity and assistance and help and everything. So hang on tight. We're supporting each other in the meantime. It's all going to work out. And, you know, we're doing this for as service to others, not service to self anyway. So we're already on the right track. I mean, we're already successful in the spiritual sense.
Absolutely. Thank you. And on those wonderful words, I think we'll call this a wrap. And thank you everyone for listening and being here. And we'll see you soon again.
Bye.
Love to all. Bye-bye, everyone.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers. Stronger than ever, never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Rise up, stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show